Welcome to Insurance Advisor. Today we're going to answer a rather morbid question. Can you afford to die? Turns out, dying is really expensive. According to the U.S. Federal Trade Commission, an agency that looks out for consumers, the average funeral costs a whopping $6,000. That means funerals are among the most expensive things we'll shell out for during the course of our lives. With other stuff like flowers, obituary notices, and caskets, the price tag of a standard full-service funeral can easily cost $10,000. Yikes! This steep price tag comes as a shock to many people, and often at the worst time, when they're dealing with the shock of losing a loved one. Standard funeral expenses include 1. The use and services of the funeral home, 2. Transportation and care of the body, and 3. The final resting place of the body, whether in a cemetery plot or urn. There are 3 basic types of funerals: full service, direct burial, and direct cremation. As it happens, the funeral industry has a bit of a dark past. Back in the day, there were a lot of shady funeral home directors who preyed upon the grieving by charging obscene rates and shaming people into spending more than they could afford. Then the federal government stepped in and created rules to protect consumers. They called this bundle of rules, quote, the funeral rule. Pretty clever, huh? Anyway, the funeral rule states that 1. You have the right to choose the goods and services you want, with some exceptions. 2. The funeral provider is required to provide a price list for all of their goods and services. 3. They cannot charge you extra if you opt to buy a casket elsewhere. And 4. They also must provide alternate containers if they offer cremations. While it may seem strange, it's important to apply smart shopping techniques when planning a funeral. That means asking a lot of questions and comparing rates before you buy. And always remember that you don't need to spend a fortune to properly honor a loved one. Well, that's it for today. We promise to liven things up for next time. Thanks for watching. For InsureMe.com, I'm Jeb Foster.